Welcome to Max's Garage Mahal. Well, you know, I made a video just the other day, an impromptu thing, and it was to show you how to lay out the lug cutting on these tires. We are getting people asking me about how to actually do it, and there's so many of those videos on the internet that's showing you how to do these. I thought it sort of, you know, really not necessary. However, I guess we'll go ahead and do one. They ask about the tools you use. People ask about, could you do it with a chisel? Yes, you can do it with a chisel. Can you do it with a chisel hammer? Yes, you could. I wouldn't recommend it. You can heat up a chisel, get it real hot, and it'll take it off. But the fumes from the rubber, not good for you. So this tire is an XL Lawn Pro 22 by 11 by 10. I'll get this up here where you can see it. And it is a XL Lawn Pro 22 11 by 10. Okay. Now then, I explained in the first video that this tire has a large lug, a lug that's almost as large, and then the lugs vary because this is actually a highway tire. It's not really a highway like for Department of Transportation, but this is mainly used mostly on, well, it's used on lawnmowers, but it's also used quite a lot on golf carts. So using these on golf carts, not likely you're going to go fast enough that the lugs being the same distance all the way around is going to make a loud humming noise like you hear on a four-wheel drive or something like that. But that's the lug design, is they vary the lug spacing to keep you from having this this loud recurring noise. So anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to explain this again. I'm going to take one side, I'm going to cut differently than the other. I'm going to go ahead and cut two tires just like this. I will put them on this mower, probably not in this video. But, because I have to take the tires off of the wheels and then mount these on. It is a pain, it's really hot. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and take this thing, and I'm going to show you the tool that I use. This is the tool of my choice. And that is this old, this is from Harbor Freight. I think it's a Chicago pneumatic. Chicago Electric maybe. And I don't have my reading glasses on. But what I've done is I've taken a little small tool with the fine teeth on it for cutting metal, and then I've sharpened it back at an angle, real acute angle. And I don't know if I can get this where you can see it any better or not. Alright. Sharpened it at a real acute angle. Let's see. And that allows this to just go through that rubber just like it's butter. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut some of these as soon as I reset the camera. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, all reset, and let's show you where we're at right now. So, we're going to do what we said, and that is leave these three on this side of the tire. We're going to leave these three major lugs here, and we're going to leave these here. So we're going to do this. We're going to start, there's the larger we're going to take or keep, so we're going to start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to cut this one, and we're going to do it just like this. We're going to take the tool, we're going to lay it flush with the sidewall, and then we're going to take this thing, we're going to go right around here just like this, rotating the tool up. Now I realize it's in your way, but I've already cut 3 to give you an idea. And there's 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to try to do this where you can see this. Alright, here's your big lug right here. And this is a street tire, guys. This is not a mud tire or an off-road tire, so to speak. but we're going to turn it into that for these video purposes, for testing purposes only. So you've got the big ones. We're going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take this one, and that one. And let me see if I can get this where you can see it. It's going to be really loud. Here we go. I was standing on my cord. Made it really tough to follow that contour. However, if you can see how smooth this cuts, if you stay off your cord, really smooth, takes it right down to the carcass. That's what you're looking for, to give you as much pulling lug as possible while the tires are new. And as the tires wear, of course, they're going to get much thinner. So we're going to take that one. Now we're going to go ahead and take this one and this one. So I'll do those two, and I'm going to end the video there, because to be honest with you, that's really what you asked for, was to see how to do it, what tools to use. So let's get a couple more here. Again, can you see how smooth this is? How nice that looks against the tire? And I took it down the carcass, and that's all we want to leave is the carcass. So, and I know I mentioned the other side. So let's see. Right now you've got, only did 2 there, so let me get you one more. Then you get an idea of the pattern I've designed here. Alright, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves these 3 in the center. These 3 larger ones get you a real good bite. And check, look at these. Is that not beautiful? Okay, so like Donald Trump, don't it? Okay, so what I'm going to do over here is we're going to take the large one here, then every other one, and you'll see how that's going to work out here in a minute. I'll show you. And that's going to get us pretty well across from that. Now, I cut this tool a little narrow for that. It needs to be a little bit wider. It needs to be as wide as this lug, but it's not. So bear with me, and this is for video purposes only. I would have cut this, if it wasn't been for just making a general tool for you here, I'd have cut one for this, and I'd cut the rest of them for the smaller ones. But you get the idea. Like I said, over here we're going to do every other one. Now, if you look at the pattern here, you'll see that we've got some tread on the ground at all times, and that makes a smoother ride. Alright, do you get an idea here what we're doing? So take a look at this. You've got every other one here, and you see how wide these wide spaces are. I don't really like that, but at the same time, and the reason why I don't like that is because it's going to give you a rough ride. So when you have wide here, you need some narrow here to keep this thing up out of the mud and up on top of the turf. And that helps. Now what we will do here shortly, after we get our pattern completely established, we'll come in here and we'll take some out of the center. That's just to make sure you've got a good pull pattern all the way across, and so this doesn't want to sit up on top and just skip. We want it to have, in real wet properties, we want it to have some pull. I like to have some angles cut in it, and what that does is helps when you're on the side of a hill. These grooves help cut the sliding somewhat also. Of course, on a zero turn, what causes you to slide down a hill more than anything is if these things can't hold you. You got to remember that a zero turn has casters, so gravity affects casters. They're going to go, if they're not being pushed forward at a fast enough speed, and you lose any kind on the side of a hill, you're going to lose a lot of your speed because it's going to be trying to go downhill, and as soon as that thing turns a little bit, those casters are not going to keep that front end in place. They're going to allow it to just take off toward the hill, bottom of the hill. So I want to get that done, and then I'll call this to an end. But overall, you get an idea of what I'm talking about, how easy it is to do this. Just grind, and this does have some teeth on it, whether you can see it or not, I don't know. I ground the teeth off pretty much. Alright, can you see those teeth at all? Alright, so there are some teeth there, although they're really not much to them. But you can do this with a knife surface, or you can leave the teeth on it, do it that way, but they're going to grab and dig in. You don't want that to happen. So let me stop right here, and I will come back and show you the next part of the pattern. Okay, here we are back. It's just about done. So we're going to show you, this side is every other lug. This side is the three majors, and then the every other one in between. And then the pattern we're doing now is we're doing the three every other one and three in the middle, so it ends up coming out the way we want these staggered to this three in this one side and the every other on this side. So it's always going to fall out. So we've got the major lug, we still got the center on that, and it'll give us the ride. It'll still go ahead and give us the pull that we want. And this gives you two different designs you can go with. You can go with this side, you can go with this side. It doesn't really matter as long as it's got some pull and you still have meat on the ground. So let me do a couple of these real quickly for you. I've already taken out two lugs on some of them. And here is the threes right here. So these are the threes that we've already taken out, and we're going to do a couple more for you real quickly. And Okay guys, as you can see, you can make this as pleasant looking as you like. I mean, really get it looking good, or you can just sort of cobble it up and it'll probably still do just about as well. I like to take them down to the carcass, as I've mentioned several times earlier. I will go back and clean up some of these places. I was in a big hurry to try to get you some videotape done. But at the same time, this gives you an idea of how quickly you can do this with this tool, and it'll give you a good clean cut. As you can see how smooth these are over here, where I was sort of taking my time off of camera, and you can make them look really well, and that'll get you a good bite. So there you go guys. Those of you that's been asking me to show you how, that's how. I don't think this video is any different than anyone else's. There's several of them out there. Chud does a really nice job on his, and give her a call out there, Judd. So shout out. And we appreciate you all coming by Max's Garage Mahal, and y'all come back soon now. You hear? A couple of different patterns for you to see here before we go. And this is sort of an outtake, but what the heck, we're going to show it to you anyway. And again, there's your 3 wide and 1 wide. Over here, we end up with 1 wide, or we took the wides out altogether and shot every other one. And then over here, to make the same distance of pattern, we had to take X amount of these. So we've got exactly the same amount of pattern on the ground. Just thought you might find it interesting. We'd throw that in there as an outtake. So anyway, you should see all the rubber on the ground, on the floor. If anybody needs any of that, it's free. Just come get it. Alrighty, there you are. One outtake for the grooving of the tires. So hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time. Y'all come back and see me now. Yeah.